this lady, and we hit it off, and yeah, here I am, I guess.
Look at all the poor decisions you made that led you to this closet podcast studio with us.
Here I am.
But at least it smells like good fried chicken.
In a room smelling like chicken.
It's hard to just have the bag sit there.
It's tempting, but it's actually good. And it's like if you work hard, then at the end you get rewarded.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got one question came to mind really quick.
Yeah.
What was your first assignment with Denise?
My first assignment was article about the new chef at Garden Grace, which was Kamala Vonsegun, I think, at the time. He just joined the team there. He's not there anymore, and I definitely just butchered his last name, so totally okay.
You know how it feels.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, that just made me feel so much better.
Yeah.
I butcher everyone's.
Yeah, no, sorry, Kamala. I think it's even Kamala, not Kamala,
like the vice president.
This is really embarrassing.
Don't worry about it.
No,
I
don't.
It's a stoner podcast. Don't think you're high.
I do not know where he is now, but my first tasting was at Garden Grace. I wrote that piece, and then I wrote a piece about lobster rolls at Main Shack.
Okay, all right. So let's say, I don't want to does mom like what you do now? Is she like, hell yeah, you're a published author?
Oh my gosh, I finally made my mom proud.
I'm still working on that.
Oh,
but nice.
Same
boat. Chris and I still strive for that.
Yeah, my mom sends a lot of emoji-packed text messages, literally.
What's her 3 favorite ones?
Oh my gosh.
My dad does a big thumbs up when he's he doesn't say things like I'm proud of you or congrats or way to go. It's just thumbs up emoji and that's it.
Oh, well, instead of saying mama, because she speaks, she's like, mama did this, she'll just put an emoji of an old lady.
And talking about herself in third person
awesome.
emoji.
She talks about herself in third person in text via emojis. But it's the most wonderful and delightful thing in the whole world. And
that is kind of awesome.
I feel like you have to put a lot of thought into that.
She's like, Mom's tired. And it's just an old lady with disease coming out and be like, okay, I'm going to bed. Yes. Sleep well.
And of course, she has the custom emoji.
The custom?
When you can make your own custom
emoji.
The
Bitmojis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So whenever she's excited, it's like her face, and she's like,
yes.
And it just says excited in big bubbly letters underneath it.
I can show you. It's quite amazing. But yes, one day she read an article I think I wrote about the Far East Center and Pacific Mercantile.
Hey, that's next to the bakery I was at the other day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So great. But she texted me and said she read it and was like, I'm so proud of you. So well written. And I was like,
yes,
this is what my brother must feel like.
Wait till she hears you on a
podcast. She would probably not be happy.
Oh, nah. We love you. We love you, Mama Bear. But no, so for real, we are going to pick your brain about some of those things. But I feel like that's one way we kind of got to know each other was through Denise, but also from following you on Instagram. You have been putting me on even what to get at H Mart, when we were talking about the barbecue spot next door to it. You've been able to kind of channel not only your, growing up and knowledge of the neighborhood, but this is a perfect job. You're going to kill this position.
Well, I'm so flattered. And
I've been picking your brain for a minute, before you were
so kind.
Before the editor, before you were this position, I was easily picking your brain because you know a lot about the community as well as dank food. What better thing than to be at 5280? It's a perfect fit.
Yeah, no, I'm super lucky, and everybody's been so wonderful and supportive, so I can't really ask for any more, I guess.
Well,
I sometimes wish there was another me, because there's just not enough, time in the day.
I can believe. And I remember we asked Denise back in the day, some of they were doing the top 25 of 52A, which is a regular thing that was done in the spring. But now you've come in and I won't say a precarious time, but it's an interesting time as you haven't been able to necessarily do the dining in or going out to taste restaurants aspects from the last 18 months or so as we're just coming out of, COVID. How are things what is 5280 going to look like under Patty, at least in the food and that lifestyle category?
I think that is still to be determined in a lot of ways. Denise really paved the way, I think. I still, I wear my "What Would Denise Do" bracelet every day. But
Where did you get that made? Because I checked at the
I
Christian
made it
Center.
myself. I can make you one.
Do you stitch? That's fantastic. You wear so many hats. You're
it's
misleading.
beaded.
Oh, fuck yes.
No, yeah.
With
but
little hearts on the outside of the
Oh,
WWDD.
For real, it's sparkly. No, I think she really paved the way, but I hope to continue that and also kind of broaden our coverage a little more to be more approachable, like you said, and kind of bringing more voices into the mix, hopefully writers and of chefs and makers and Coloradans really that are lesser known is what my passion is really connecting people to the food and the cultures that they might not understand or know about. Which we were already doing when Denise was here, but I think especially now there's so much more of a need for that.
Yeah, obviously it's kind of been an interesting dynamic, especially since you've taken over, I guess, the reins. But what we have seen is, things like smaller entities popping up in neighborhoods, ghost kitchens, things like that. Places restaurateurs, are patrons wouldn't necessarily know outside of the beaten path of like your downtowns, your Larimer Squares, your Cherry Creeks, or your Rhinos. We're starting to talk a little bit more about places in, University Park. By the way, that Bonamy place, they switched their name.
I saw that.
But like Aurora, Parker, these all have like sleeper gems, dank eats. And y'all have been putting us on them, you and Sarah. And then like you mentioned, thank you for allowing me to kind of jump in and hang out with y'all and goof off about sandwiches. But like y'all had Adrian Miller give y'all his top 10 favorite barbecue spots. That's a genius concept. The guy's a wizard as well. He knows all things barbecue. Way to, pass the ball to another all-star. That's a great idea.
Yeah. One of the things that I have realized is that we can't know everything. So why not tap the experts who might, like a stone guy who likes to eat sandwiches.
Oh, me? That's me. Yeah. That's me.
He does like to eat sandwiches.
I know. I read about it.
It's bread and just like all sorts of fixins. I could eat it all day. But yeah, you're right. It's this thought of you can't know everything or be omnipresent. And so you've got a pretty legit team with Sarah and folks on board. I have a question. Did you grow up like going and eating like dive eats or like, unknown restaurants throughout Colorado? Or was this something that's kind of come to fruition since you took the job?
I think a lot of the stuff I grew up eating is lesser known to a lot of people. We were definitely, my family, we were not fine dining folks. We might have gone out maybe to Sushi Den. Actually, we went to Sushi Den a lot, but I think it was a lot more affordable.
It was back then?
Yeah.
It was the sushi spot?
Yeah, it was, for real. We used to go there for like holidays and on Sundays because my parents worked every day. But we would go out to mostly places on South Federal. And my mom would cook at home, and then we would take field trips to Aurora to go to Soul Barbecue and go to H Mart. So it's a lot of places that I think a lot of people kind of forget about and don't think about, but they've been here a long time.
No, you're 100% right. And it's not necessarily, I think that there's also been this kind of reinvigoration of trying foods that are people getting out of their comfort zones to try the things.
Yes.
And it may be, it's your blog or it's your social media, 5280s, Instagram or, Westward, or y'all have gotten the word out very well about some of these lesser known spots. And you started to put us on some gems across the community. This is my favorite part of the time. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. You ready? So our listeners are going to want to know, what's your favorite lunch in Denver?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
So there's so many. I think you'd have to narrow it down to like a genre.
Okay, we'll do under $10.
Oh, then I would have to go a banh mi sandwich at your favorite banh mi shop.
I can't say it right. Will you say it, please? I don't know how to say it.
I think it's Vin Zong.
Maybe so. Vin Zong. I'm going to go with that.
It could be wrong.
Where is this one?
It's the best banh mi in Denver. It's off of Alameda and
Alameda and Federal.
Okay.
yeah, it's
And
inside the arches.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, it's in the Far East Center, and it's been there forever.
Dude, it's so good.
Yes.
All right.
I'll go there this weekend.
Get the grilled. I think it's pretty much like the grilled pork, but it's like the name. It's like the 1A. It's like the Big Mac of their menu. It's fucking decadent.
So good.
Must add chili crunch too. So good. All right, here's the next one. Happy hour. Where do you go to get your cocktails after a days of grinding the keyboard?
Oh gosh, Pony Up has a great happy hour. Awesome food. My favorite. That's a tough one. I think since the pandemic, I haven't been happy houring as much.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you and the hubby call home? Are y'all Arvada?
We're in Westminster.
Okay.
Our old favorite happy hour spot is closed. It was Brasserie 1010 in Boulder.
Yeah, that's a sad
It
one.
was such an awesome, and the Met across the street were my favorite happy hour spots.
Would you say that you're more of a Boulder girl than a Denver girl? Because at Westminster, you can kind of go either way. It's 36 is right there.
So sadly, I used to be, and then Boulder is so different now. I think when
Is it a little too Patagonia?
Yes, I think when Pearl Street became that got that Rodeo Drive vibe, and they demolished My Heart, which was that old Chicago where I met my husband and my best friend. I was okay, we need to back up.
God damn
We
it.
need, yeah.
They stole my favorite chain off the main
Yes,
drag.
yeah. But it
Dude, that
was
place
so
was a
much
gem.
more than a chain.
It did. I mean, I hated, that it actually had a pretty cool little patio too. You could sit
Yeah,
out
it
there.
had a great everything,
It was
like a
for
little French
consuming
vibe.
beverages.
Yes, a lot of drunk servers and managers. And,
It was a drunken mess in that
it
place.
was, yeah, we used to go to
It was
the
a college bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun, though. My husband worked there for 15 years.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where
So
we-
a little loyalty. Do y'all go back to the one in Superior every now and then?
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
God damn it.
Those Italian nachos, though. But yes.
Okay, now that you said the word nachos, where are your favorite nachos in town?
Chris, that's a great question.
Oh my gosh.
It's very hard to find good nachos.
So Brass Tacks had really good nachos. I think they took them off the menu.
They do have
Huge.
Palomas on draft over there. So while we're talking happy hours into nachos, Brass Tacks is hitting on a lot of good things over there. I recommend them. That's a good call. And their fries are so good.
Yes, I heard they have some corn fritters that are
Adam must
really
be.
good.
I'm doing an article right now for one of your competitors. They are
I
on this.
heard you were cheating on us.
I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to get the word out about the blog. I'll tell you what, y'all putting me in y'all's magazine, our SEO numbers just skyrocketed. It no longer shows my mugshot as on the first page when you search my name. It now says that article and then blog and podcast stuff. So you can't even find out that Kip's not allowed to be near school anymore. It's very hard.
Well, I'm happy for you.
So we're not done yet. Where's your nachos? Brass Tacks?
Oh man, so since Brass Tacks doesn't have them anymore, I don't have a favorite nacho spot. I'm so sad now.
Okay, well then we can
Nachos.
pivot on the.
What are some?
You want me to throw some out there for you?
Yeah.
Billy's Inn,
Ooh, good ones.
Rolling Smoke, the barbecue place with pulled pork on top.
Yes, I know.
I don't know if the
like
Rye
pulled
Society
pork
does
on
it.
my-
I don't know if the Rye Society does it here in Denver, but they do it at the place in
Boulder?
Avanti in Boulder, and they have these pastrami bagel nachos.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
Was it like a bagel
It's like
chip
bagel
underneath?
chips,
Oh, that sounds-
pastrami, fucking cheese, all that good stuff.
That's amazing. I'm
yeah.
gonna go there and get that.
I mean, I'm thinking about it right now. I'm like, shit, I'm trying to think of other ones, and now I can
know.
stop.
I'm
A different style nacho, but it's good.
Ross and then the team over there at Rice Society, they do some really wonderful work. And I feel like they may have gotten snubbed from my list, but they do dank shit. And coincidentally, they're located at 31st and Larimer, right next to our favorite dispensary, Callie's Cannabis.
Oh, nice.
Fun fact.
So convenient.
Right? So this is a question I remember us asking Denise, and I want to ask you as well. It may be too early in your tenure to get there, but have you gotten any good hate mail yet? like people like